Kart Stadium for some reason kept going to my
Don't
mind.
worry, the funny special might return.
It might. So Mario Circuit, pretty straightforward track. There is a shortcut towards the end before the final item box that you should be using if you do have shrooms. But we are finally in it and ready to go. Qualifier number 4. We are on ankles right now with the Daisy, Wiggler, and Azure roller tires.
I mean, I got for his ankles. He's been phenomenal with his gameplay. He still goes back to Daisy every now and then. I remember I started off with Daisy, but I kind of gave it up, unfortunately, because I wanted to win more championships, so I kind of did what everyone else was doing. But many people have been able to win without needing to follow the meta.
Yes, exactly. And the first cart that I actually ever used, I started off with Isabelle because I was like, all right, that's easy to handle. And then I was like, all right, I'm way too slow. So I went over to Boo, but then I didn't realize that characters handle differently when I first started this tournament. I was like, I could have been doing such a better job at these tournaments. Then I eventually went over to Waluigi, then found my home on the Donkey Kong loadout. But right now, we got the Ashy person in mid spots. Got to be careful. There is a Crazy 8 right in front of them. Knight takes the bullet bill all the way to 3rd place. Don't know why he would want to roll all of those shrooms. I don't think that's a great idea. You don't always have to go for new items.
There's probably a method to the madness. He probably used his back camera before we got to it and probably noticed potential hazards. So maybe he's trying to get deep in his head. I don't know.
Zol is just having a terrible time running into the Goomba, then getting shocked after the item box. But Ankles will have a very nice triple shroomage to go through this first shortcut and maybe grab another double item box. We got Jadex, the comeback king, as I like to call him, dragging a banana in first place.
There was recognition of that banana on that tight line. He wanted to go a very tight line to recognize the potential hazard. Now all he's got nothing else in his hand, followed by Zul in 2nd place. You gotta be careful with that prop line, but he's getting past, he gets hit out!
And Jadex will be grabbing first place, Ankles in 2nd, and Knight in 3rd. What a very straight, it was very consistent.
1, 2, and 3 are literally 1st, 2nd, and 3rd in that order. Jadex in 1st, Ankles in 2nd, Knight in 3rd.
That is, I love to see that. That happened a few weeks ago.
And technically, if Zul got 4th, he's pod 4.
Yeah, I mean, I love that happened a few weeks ago as well. That is magnificent. It shows that, hey, the people who are seeding these tournaments are doing a good job.
They know what they're doing.
But great racing. Very calm first race for the most part. We saw Zul, unfortunately, getting carded by some Goombas, then getting shocked. And then we had that final turn, which, fortunately enough for Jadex, did not have to worry about another red coming his way. And unfortunately for Zul, just getting carded nonstop.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but it's only one race. You still got 3 other races to make up for any progress. Pick random.
You gotta pick random. I know you want the DLC tracks, but maybe it'll show up like
Look at what just
said.
happened. See, you don't need to pick the track in order to get a DLC track. Just pick random.
But we're going to one of the most difficult DLC tracks that was released as of now. That was released, Ninja Hideaway, which is really cool. It's a great track. You have multiple different routes that you can take on this track. You can see that top section that you can eventually glider up to, as well as taking the bottom route. So there's a lot of safety nets that you can use, and Knight not being far enough.
Man. He tried braking because he knew the distance he needed to be at, but Nintendo's Nexo said, nah, you got hit, man.
Swedish Fish is here in the mid-pack spot. I have a terrible time going off that section. I'm pretty sure you're just not supposed to trick, and you won't run into the wall, because it is so hard to not just slam yourself into that far right wall.
No, I agree 100%. Interesting choice. You did not trick off those little airwave things, and opted not to get the item box the last set. Only 2 players. Just get the item box this time.
Zol is here. Not the best loadout, I must say, but still something that can be used to work his way back up to this top place position. And that's a really weird thing. I don't know why, Nintendo didn't work on that, where you take that shortcut and it looks like the person in front of you falls off, but they're still right in front of you. Zol takes that shortcut. You can see it being not blocked off anymore by those cardboard cutouts. Knight's going to opt to take the bottom route. Has a very, very safe loadout of items in his back pocket. Opts to throw the banana back. Pops all 3 shrooms.
Look at the difference between first and second. They were fighting it out together. And then there's a small gap between third and fourth. And then everyone else after fourth is so far apart.
Whoa.
And we got dual shock because Odin is extremely mad because Thor is not here.
He is extremely not happy with these racers. He says, hurry it up. Knight is right behind Ankles, though, with those triple shrooms. Opts to use almost all of them. Will hold the final one for the shortcut that you can see being blocked off by those cardboard cutouts. Zol is now trailing right behind Knight as well. This is coming down to the wire with these 4 racers. Look at that pack comparatively to 5th place.
That just tells you you're not practicing, you're not time trialing this track enough in order for you to be at this level of competition. But you have plenty of time to do so before and after SNS, so hopefully you pick it up next time.
Ankles unfortunately did not get the double Reddits he needs, but Knight will work his way back up to 3rd place. A really great showing from these racers. I love to see it.
Ankles, Knight again, and Zool in 4th. Pods 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Hey!
No, I don't know what to tell y'all.
I don't know. That
just tells you the gap difference between these 4 competitors who've been consistently coming to SNS, been consistently on the grind, time trials and all that, versus the rest of the pack. But maybe they still have a chance to show something that we have yet to see.
Oh yeah, you know, it's 4 races. You still have a lot of time to gain back those points, to work your way back up. You know, getting around like top 6 is what you're aiming for, 6 through 1st place. Then you're going to be able to move forward. But also, you got to just remember that cutoff being that 28 to 29 point total to get into semifinals. If not, you will more likely than not find yourself in the second chance battle.
And right now, here we are in race number 3. Let's see where we end up going. Do we go to Shroom Ridge?
No.
Probably not.
No Shroom Ridge. We got Music Park. I love it. This track is amazing. And the cool thing about it, a lot of people get messed up by these piranha plants in the beginning of the track. But if you do a 2 turbo boost, so that's 1, 2. So that's a SMT, Super Mini Turbo. And then right when you get that Super Mini Turbo, go into a 3 turbo.
Ultra
a UMT, and you'll be able to go right underneath those piranha plants. They're going to be too slow to chomp you. Hopefully, we will be able to see it on display here. Right there, Knight did it magnificently, got the SMT immediately, but that does not go for the UMT. So right now, he would get chomped, but if he did the 3 turbo UMT, he would have been able to avoid those piranha plants, but still, took the safe route, not the most fastest route. And also you can do a super bounce here if you want to explain what that is.
Super bounce is when you're in the middle of drifting, correct? And then as you're drifting, you let go of your drift onto the bounce pad, which will launch you further than normal.
Yes, it's very strong. You can do it here, you can do it on Donkey Kong Jungle. Anytime there's like a bounce section, there will be more than likely a spot.
Kidding me. You saw him throw that banana forward, but he just got hit back by the instrument.
He shook his head. He knew he did something wrong there. Zol, unfortunately, holding on to the UMT the entire time, which is not a bad strategy.
There you go. That's your explanation right there, the UMT.
Yeah, but he didn't do the SMT at first, which is a lot slower because you're drifting for a lot longer. But he narrowly avoids the banana. He is going to be drifting around, taking a wider line, but takes the glider section. You actually want to go on the floor on these parts because getting those tricks that the music notes give off is a lot faster than taking the glider section.
100%, because each trick allows you to boost a little bit. You gotta be careful all the bananas. Good awareness for Ankles to recognize the potential danger to his race. But he is far out from Cool, Knight, and Jadex, and everyone else is so far behind for the competition.
Yeah, this is an absolute domination from these top 4 racers, and the shock does come
Thor
down.
and Odin must be really upset, everyone. It's like, hurry it up.
There's the epic bounce that we were looking for, that smart bounce we were talking about it. Jadex does do an after you. That will be landing onto Knight. He has a mushroom, dodges it, and he will be able to grab 1st place without a problem. Never mind.
Go. Oh, he's fine. He's getting 1st.
All
Jadex
right.
getting 2nd place. And then 3rd place. Is that Zool? Yes, it is.
A little bit of a shakeup in the standings. We won't see the regular 1, 2, 3, 4, but still.
The ankles is in fourth.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, like I said, a little bit of a shakeup, you know?
A little bit.
But still.
A little salt to the wound.
Still, great racing. We're seeing the racers that come here consistently are dominating these tracks. They know where the shortcuts are. They know these strategies that we're talking about. They know about the 3 turbos. You know, they know what they need to do to try and win these races. And with a little bit of practice, you can do the same exact thing.
100%, man.
This
100%.
game is a lot of in-depth knowledge that you need to know. A lot of people, they think, hey, this is just a party game. You don't need to know much about the game to do well. But guess what? You can see it. It's competitive. These players are thinking about the next thing they need to do, how to counteract the person behind them. And there's so much thought process that goes into this game. But with a little bit of practice, a little bit of magical RNG on your side, you can end up just like that.
Oh, absolutely. And Immortal Man and Young the Wizard stop fighting.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Immortal's just being toxic right now, and Young the Wizard's just trying to keep cool.
All right, understandably, he uses light mode on Twitch. How dare you?
Who cares?
Oh, my God.
Let him play the way he wants to play.
That's not playing anything. That's using an application in the most unoptimized way.
Okay.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Okay.
That's not playing nothing. That is just saying.
Okay, it's to keep him awake so that way he can still play at night.
Exactly.
Okay, so then why are y'all giving him a hard time?
Exactly, because he's gonna have his eyes just explode using light mode because it is so bright, so ugly. I'm on Immortal's side here, dark mode gang for life.
Whoa. He held that break so hard during that, trying to bag. Right now you got JC3 basketball here in ninth place, but it's slowly catching up with the rest of the pack. Going for the doubles, and then you got Flow Fry. Fourth, fifth, fourth.
Yes, and this is actually another bagging track like Cheeseland. We saw another competitor going around in a circle with the bagging strategies that Daisy said, I'm gonna try and cause some chaos going around this track. But on this very special dry desert, you can go back, grab a lot of powerful items because you're seeing that desert path right beside this turn. If you have some shrooms, you will be passing up almost every single top 6 racer in the game. Swedish Fish, though, lands that air horn on the King Boo, which was most likely...
Oh, he got the long snap. Look at that face. That's the face of a man who realizes the dangers he did. Never mind. His dreams got destroyed right there. Never mind. Sorry.
Excitement.
Try hyping you up, but then you unhype yourself. Crypto Mikey on screen.
Oh, Crypto Mikey with the Koopa loadout. Love to see it. Oh, barely misses the item box. Ankles here has a star. Narrowly avoids that bomb, but didn't really have nothing to worry about because of the invulnerability from the star. Backs the competitor behind him, and he has a horn that he will not use against Nerd Ninja, who will be the target of that blue shell. And going into this last lap, there is still time for a shot. There is time for
100%.
another blue to come out.
You gotta be careful with that bomb! Okay, so let's go ahead. We got Zool over here, holding on to his item, and then you see the opponent in front, which happens to be Ankles, throwing his reds, knocking out Jadex.
Zool has an extremely strong item.
Fires off
Uses
the
it,
mountain one.
lands it on Jadex. He has nothing to worry about, though. Going into this final section, final item box, being in 5th or 6th, trying to grab triple shrooms is more ideal than being in the front of the pack. He does a trick and tries to land the great shell, but only lands his face into a banana full of potassium. Zold does not avoid the bomb. He feels a little bit betrayed.
Did it connect? I don't think it did. What just happened?
Ankles grabs first, Jadex grabs second, and Nerd Ninja in third.
Will that help Nerd Ninja stay alive and go into semifinals? Only time will tell. I actually got a chance to talk to that man before we started.
Oh, nice. Tell us a little bit about him.
I actually know him a little bit personally. Like when I used to work at UNLV as one of the resident assistants, he was actually one of the people I had to help manage on the floor. He was actually a really cool dude.
Oh, that's
very
awesome.
Very smart in computer science. Very, very talented. Way more talented than I was.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great. I love to hear it. Love to see it. I mean, a lot of these racers, a lot of these competitors, they're all amazing people. As we've got the highlights for qualifier number 4 already ready for you. You're seeing Knight avoiding that banana just narrowly, but then gets shocked with the most ideal loadout to have in 3rd place. Jadex does the afternoon with does the after you, which causes the blue shell to go to Knight, which he had a mushroom
Yeah.
to dodge it.
And you see everyone is trying their best to get these items. So Flow Fry struggling a little bit there because they were getting bumped out. Ankles seeing the opportunity to take away first from Nerd Ninja, who got hit by that blue and had nothing to stop it.
This was a fantastic qualifier. We're seeing a lot of consistency from our top 4 races, as well as we saw Nerd Ninja being able to take a 3rd place against them.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really would love to see a lot of these new races be able to make it to semifinals. But once again, if you did not do too well, remember, we are going to be getting into second chance battle very, very soon. We will know who's going to be going to that right after we get the scores for this qualifier. So if you did not do too well, you may be up to race some more on some 200cc baby park. So please stick around for that. But, you know, how'd you feel about this qualifier, Vonnie?
Definitely more controlled, I would say, versus the last couple of qualifiers where we saw a lot more explosions, items being thrown left to right, Red's not doing what they're supposed to be doing, trying to act like a green shell. Like, I'd say this was a little bit more controlled in a controlled environment.
I agree. Penguin with the knees. Wait, did he just dodge a blue shell with a mushroom?
Yeah, it's called blue shell dodge, and you can't dodge
Penguin
the
with
mushroom
these
if
should
you
know.
time
He knows that. He knows that. There's no way he doesn't. I think he's teasing. There's no way.
Well,
What
if they were brand new and never know?
I know him.
You've got to explain it to the new folks
True.
who've never seen it before.
True, yes. So we can actually do a little bit of representation of what a blue shell.
Blue.
Yeah, so guess what? We got the blue shell. It comes up, and then right when the nose of the blue shell comes down, you want to, all right, you know what? All right, I was using this as a blue shell. Oh, I didn't hear
All right,
you.
so as the blue circles around, as it flips up, once it's pointed down, ready to strike you, you time your mushroom at a good time, you'll dodge it.
Oh,
And
that is
like
how
we had the scores. Let's go ahead. Pull up those scores right there. Jinx in first place, followed by Ankles in second, Knight in third, Zool in fourth, Ashy Person in fifth. You see the difference? It's an 8-point difference between fourth and fifth right there. Nerd Ninja in sixth, Kung Fu Panda in seventh, Swedish Fish in eighth, Reinforcer in ninth, Flow Free in 10th, Crypto Mikey in 11th, and JC3 Basketball in last.
Yeah, I mean, once again, 29, 28 point totals. That might be the cutoff, and we may see very, very soon who we have for that second chance battle. We got him right here. If you hear your name, head up to the Hype Tunnel.